The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's been a hard day on the tools. Lads haven't even had a chance to talk about
cars. I bet they have.
At school, we've been learning a lot of pointless dribble. Finally, I get to learn about
Cars.
It's been a hard day being Kerry Ann Kennelly too, and thank God it's 3 o'clock and I can concentrate on one thing.
The Cars. Oh, I'm one of the characters from the film.
Thank you, Hamish and Andy's happy hour.
No worries.
Afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you. It is time for the happy hour where we concentrate on one topic. We thoroughly examine it, and then we put a big black line through it at the end, Ham, and we never come back to it.
We'll never need to discuss cars again after today, Ando, but it's not just going to be Top Gear on radio. So many different aspects of cars to cover. In fact, you might have heard before on FIFA Angels a few months ago, they did a car swap. A lot of excitement about that. We're giving them a Suzuki. We're switching to go with Suzuki. No. Wait till you play Hamish and Andy's car swap. It's more exciting. It's more intensive. Yeah. The stakes are higher. Yeah. And there's less permission given.
Hey, on this day, 1935, the first parking meter was installed.
Yeah, I remember.
In Oklahoma City. Well, you
good.
wouldn't remember because you're
never been to Oklahoma.
Your disdain for parking meters, it stems back many, many years.
I run the gauntlet. I wouldn't give them a shilling then, and I ain't giving them $2.60 an hour now.
Hey, it's so much to get through this happy hour. It's all about cars today, everyone. Today, the topic is cars for the next hour. Thank you for your correspondence at hamishnary.com/topics. Always topics going up. And that's the way you can get into the People's Show here, just online. Let's first talk about a car. Look, it's dear to both our hearts, I'd say.
Yeah.
The pony.
The show pony, Ando. My first. Well, that's where I got the name the
Really?
pony. Yeah, because it was my first car.
I thought it was pony because it was slow and
No, that would be
cumbersome.
mule.
Yeah,
No,
well,
pony. It was
I
a show pony because I had all the tricks that no one else's car had. Because it was my first car.
Yeah.
Had power windows and had a power sunroof. That's a show pony.
That's the first time ever I thought it was the show pony. I thought it was a pony because it was big enough and strong and went slow.
No, that's the Clydesdale.
Okay.
It was a car called it was an Audi, which everyone was very excited about because there's a bit of European. This is exciting.
As it turns out, kids, if you're buying your first car, don't make it a very rare one from Germany where parts are impossible to get.
That's the other thing. It was think of an Audi 100 CD. No one's ever seen one before or since. It's possible it was a rip-off from China. The exciting thing about the Audi was that it was German engineering, or Vorsprung durch Technik, as they say. Yeah, every time I took it to get repaired, the number one question the mechanic would always say to me is, why didn't you buy a Holden?
Why didn't you just buy something?
I enjoy driving a European luxury vehicle. And I went to Autobahn and bought one of... You know, if you buy, if you see guys like doctors and stuff, if they have an Audi nowadays, when you buy the car, they give you the key ring. Yeah. But you can also go to Autobahn and get the leather Audi keyring that I had on my keyring, as if people would go, oh, you've still got the keyring from 1985.
Well, hey, your car sucked a big one by the...
You are talking about the pony, Ando. Some parts of it may still be alive.
By the end of its tenure.
Yeah.
In
fact, we drove it into the ground.
Things kept breaking. You didn't have the money to fix it because we were at university. Mm-hmm. I have a list of 5 things, Ham, that I hated the most about the pony.
They probably line up with what I hated about it.
In a game which I have entitled, and you're about to hear the opener soon, you're going to be able to guess whether they line up with your 5, and I'll tell you whether it's on the list.
Family Feud.
Are you ready to play?
Yes, I am.
Top 5 things about the pony.
Welcome, Ham. It's nice to be here.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Obviously, the way this game's work is I've got 5 things up there.
Yeah.
If you get 3 of them, you win.
Oh, great. Well, I'm going to go for my first guess, the rearview mirror that broke off, and then I just kept it on the floor because I was paranoid the police would pull me over for not having a rearview mirror.
Is it on the list?
Or is that more of
It's number 1! Number one.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's weird. The review just came off.
And-
it was just glued onto the windscreen and then it just popped off and I could never find glue strong enough to get it back on.
Because you know how you can adjust a revision mirror, that thing got so crusty. So when trying
It's a
to
1985 car.
when trying to adjust it, you just ripped it off one day. Never went back on. That is at number one. Ham, time for your second guess.
And I'm going to go for number two, the fact that the central locking died, and it died with the locks in the down position. So the only way to get it was through the boot to kick down the back seat, then to crawl into the front seat.
Number three is on the list.
Yeah, no, that was a worry.
annoying, yeah.
You could lock the car from the outside, but you couldn't unlock it
from the outside.
So when you got out of the car, you could turn the key and the locks would go down, but then turning the key the other way never made the locks go back up again. So you had to go in through the boot.
Numerous times we went in through the boot.
Yeah.
You had to push down. It cooked a fair bit of kicking. Had to push down the back seat. So you're 2 from 2, Ham. If you get one more, you've won.
Well, one of the features of the show pony, of course, is the electric sunroof. Now, it would retract, but it would not go back into the position. You could open the sunroof up, but you couldn't get it to go back. You had to push on it super, super hard. Even that wouldn't work sometimes. Occasionally, it would get rain inside the vehicle.
Bearing in mind that it was called the show pony for these features, as I've just learned. Ham, number two.
Number three!
You got the top three.
Oh, I had so many more.
I had 6 as well, actually.
I mean, I got the brakes not working.
Yeah, that's
that
on
was
my
a
list.
life-threatening one.
Just generally, it's takeoff speed.
Yeah, handled like a big boat.
On this show today, we are covering off cars. We have discussed your terrible car.
Oh, I think we discussed that it had a lot of character. It was a wonderful first car.
Yes. Now to a car that could change life as we know it. Happy Chappy Chris has emailed in hamishney.com/topics. He said, when I was about 10, I managed to construct a purely magnet-powered car out of nothing but a basic magnetic set. World energy / transport crisis solved.
Gee, that's a huge feather in our cap for today's show.
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's huge.
We'll be walking with an extra spring in our step tonight, just smugly looking around at the environment, knowing that it owes its preservation to us.
Yes. He joins us now. Chris.
More as a formality.
Yeah, Chris, mate, this is incredible. Congratulations.
Oh, cheers.
Well done.
International Biz, I should say. Chris is joining us from the UK, originally from New Zealand. Chris, talk us through how the magnet car works, because obviously you've got the prototype, and if with enough backing, and hopefully Haim and I can toss the hat around today,
we'll jump in on this.
we can get this done.
Well, all it is a pretty basic principle, really. Do you know how magnetics? Are you familiar with the dimensions of a magnetic set, or?
Oh, no.
Just magnets and bolts.
Oh, yeah. So I just made say a capital H shape, pretty basic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then all you do is hold two kind of the magnetics behind it and like the opposite sides, and push with your hands,
Yeah.
and it moves forward.
Yeah, great. So, if we make a full-size magnet
No,
car,
that's
all we
the
need is a magnet truck behind each car, pushing
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
How do we power the magnet truck?
Oh, bit of diesel.
Only a little bit of diesel, though.
yeah.
Damn it, I knew there might be some diesel involved somewhere.
Okay.
What if we had another magnetic truck behind the magnet truck and we made the first magnet truck magnetic?
Like a everlasting magnetic chain.
We just need one thing that's powered by something.
Or maybe the front one is, if it joins up on itself. If we can get one route that everyone can agree on and it just slowly trains around.
How big was this car that you built, Chris?
Probably about the size of a playing card.
Yeah.
Okay, very small car.
Yeah. So now...
How old were you when you built this?
About 10.
Yeah, and you just had it tucked under your hat for a rainy day. For when looking around you now with the way the Earth's energy needs are, and overpopulation, and all the crises facing mankind, time to bring it out yet, or will you just wait a bit
I
more?
was just going to wait a bit more.
Well, I also think we should wait until we don't need to have a diesel petrol truck
Pushing
behind
it
it
with
with
magnets.
magnets. But besides that, it's beautiful.
Well, I mean, there's a few little kinks we've got to iron out, but as far as I'm concerned, we've solved the world's energy crisis.
Thanks for joining us, Chris.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Hello, podcaster. When you get a chance, jump into hamishandandy.com/topics and send us an email. It's how we make this show.
And I know we only discuss one topic per day, and look, we've got some very exciting car-related stuff coming up.
Oh, our game.
We've got a car swap.
swap.
We've got to do car swap. And you wouldn't want to go anywhere before car swap. You want to hear car swap. I want to hear car swap. I don't know how car swap's going to go, but we've got it coming up shortly. Permission to go off topic?
Oh, yeah.
Just for this once? This is such a weird thing that's been happening to me at my house. Has it been happening to you? I can't get my head around it. I want you to give me your best shot as to what's happening. Have you been getting a lot of people coming to your door offering you things for free? Like
No.
power-saving things?
No.
I can't figure out the scam, but I'm sure it has to be one. I don't mean people trying to sell you, like, upgrade your electricity account or your gas account. It's happened 3 times in the last couple of weeks. Came home the other day and Zoe goes, "Oh, we got a new power board." And I said, "What do you mean?" Like, all where the TV is. Yeah. And so we got, like, the TV, Foxtel and stuff. She was like, "Yeah, it's a new power board." The guy said to just plug all our appliances into it and it would save us power. And so lo and behold, there's this, like, blue power board that Zoe's unplugged everything and replugged it back in. I went, "I don't like this one bit. What do you mean why did he do that?" And she said, "Yeah, it was great." And then the person came back and they said afterwards, "Is it plugged in?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "We have to take a photo of it to show our boss." So they came into the house, took a photo of all the cables with the power board plugged in, and then went again. And I went, "Well, so is it money? Like, how much did it cost?" Didn't cost anything. They're just giving away power boards.
You know what this smells like?
Well, I mean, FBI.
Yeah, you're getting bugged.
What are they after me for?
You're getting
bugged.
bugged.
Oh, don't worry, mate. As soon as I saw it, I bundled it up and chucked it out.
So you're having...
I chucked out the power board. What
you should have done, though, is had one fake conversation with your wife in there. You know, just like... So
what would they be after me?
They'd be listening... I don't know, remember that thing?
Yeah, but I don't think... we killed everyone. So they're not going. No one's going to squeal about that. Is that bizarre though? And then the next day, a guy came to the door going, I'm here to sell you a chimney, or give you a chimney stopper. It's an inflatable thing that goes up your chimney. Like, we've got a fireplace, and he goes, if you've got a disused fireplace, it goes up the chimney and it blocks the warm air getting out of the house. I said, no, I'm not interested. He goes, just take one. They're free. What is going on with this? People are going around door to door just giving...
Do you still have that safe room with all that gold in your house?
No.
So no one wants to play a heist on you?
It is a bizarre thing. But the thing is, it's so weird that everyone... I spoke to the next door neighbour and he told me he got the blue power board as well. And I said, "What'd you do about it?" He goes, "I've chucked it out as well." So really, these guys, like, it might be a power-saving thing, but it's actually terrible for the environment.
Plastic wasting thing now.
Everyone that gets it is so suspicious of it, they just throw it out.
On the topic of cars, we're getting towards the end, Ham, of really sorting through this topic thoroughly and examining it.
We wanted to do something pretty exciting, Ando.
Yeah.
Phoebe and Jules, a few months back, did a car swap. They swapped someone's car with
promotion.
a brand new car. I think Suzuki provided that. Well done. Good fun. Look, we don't have that kind of budget. We don't have that sort of prize. We don't have that kind of organisation because this idea only came up nigh on an hour or two ago.
Exactly.
But we still want to do a car swap. And I think ours is more exciting.
Yeah, absolutely, Ham.
We've got 2 people ready to play.
Yeah, should we jump into it?
Let's get into it.
2 strangers. 2 cars. No rules. Hamish and Andy's Car Swap.
Pretty exciting stuff now. 2 contestants to play Hamish and Andy's Car Swap. Joining us on the line is Simon. How are you, Simon?
Oh, good, thanks.
Yeah.
How's yourself?
Yeah,
Very
really well.
good, thanks, Simon.
Thanks for taking the time. And Dan also joins us. Dan, how are you?
Hey, mate. Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, great.
Really
great.
good, Dan. Now, guys, this is the way Hamish and Andy's Car Swap works.
But before you hear how it works, you're still happy to play, yeah?
Yeah, go for it.
Great.
Yeah, great. Now, you can't tell each other you can't give each other any indication of what car you have, nor can you give any indication of income levels, personal financial situation, anything that might give away.
Can I mention family or not?
You can mention your family.
Okay.
Simon, what are you rocking? Got a wife, kids, single?
Yeah, wife, kids.
Yeah, terrific.
Fantastic.
What about you, Dan?
Girlfriend.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Nice. Now,
Young professional.
Yep. Do we need to establish that they both own a car?
Do you both have a car?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, great
Terrific.
stuff. Okay, fantastic.
Well, that's all we need to know for Hamish and Eddie's car swap. This is the exciting bit.
Yeah.
Based on what you've heard from each other, on the count of 3, all we need is for one of you to say swap. And if you do, we'll instigate the car swap.
Where you just take, say if it's Dan said it, you get Simon's car and vice versa.
Pretty exciting, isn't it, guys? Pretty high energy.
So there's a fair bit at stake. Again, there'll be a countdown. It'll go 3, 2,
Look,
1. Then all of you guys have to do is yell out swap.
I suppose since we haven't run this competition past the legal department or anything like that, we can have... we can have a 10-minute cooling off period, but that's only just because the game is in its infancy. I think you guys, I think I can tell from your voices that you're loving the risk.
Yeah,
and I think you're gonna. I feel like you'll cop on the chin the medicine dished out.
The thing is, someone might not yell swap. That's the thing.
You both might not yell swap.
They might just sit it out. You rest it out for 3 seconds. No one says anything. There is no swap. Are you guys ready for the countdown?
Yeah. Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Swap. Definitely not.
Was that Simon with a swap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Simon, all it takes is one swap. Unfortunately, Dan, we're swapping. We can now reveal, Dan, what's your car?
I've got a WRX.
Oh, it's
got a WRX. Simon, what do you got?
Wonderful.
An 82 Triton.
And that's the risk you run?
Dan, unfortunately, under the rules of car swap, all it takes is one swap.
I liked how Simon was straight in. He knew the 82 Triton was worthless. Dan, bad luck. Obviously, none of this is legally binding. It's not even a real contest.
Now, say we made this a real contest. Let's look at how both parties feel, because you obviously want both sides to be happy.
Yeah.
Simon, how do you feel? You've just got a brand new WRX, all good as new.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
Great. We'll use that for the promo, because I reckon that...
Another happy winner.
Okay. Dan, how do you feel about the car swap?
Well, at least now the shopping's going to be a bit easier to get.
There we go.
It's actually
Pretty positive spirit.
A bit more room in the Triton.
Probably about 20 grand in the hole, but still finding the silver lining.
30.
I like it. I got to say.
Thanks for trialling a new game. We appreciate both your time.
No, thank you.
See you guys.
And we're nearly through our examination on cars.
We are, Ando. I think when you look at one of the features that's popping up in new cars a lot these days, it's different areas of storage. Cup holders are so essential.
Small on the outside, but big on the inside. So
that's true. Just how do you fit all that stuff in?
Yeah.
One that that has really always made us smile is recent years, or recent months even.
Yeah.
The old... take your shoes off and store them in a drawer under the front seat. I don't know if you've seen that car on TV.
Yeah.
It is pitched in as a huge benefit that you can store, usually high heels, under the front seat of the car. It's not bad, Ando,
It's not too
but when
bad.
it comes to storage, there is a model of car that beats even that.
You've seen the shoe compartment on new cars.
They're so great. I wish I had one for my shoes in the car.
Just take off your shoes and pop them in the drawer.
I know, let my feet out for a little bit of cool air. That's the ticket.
But what if there was more storage available than just shoes?
Huh. What? Wait. Huh? I'm listening.
Introducing the Storage Master. We've developed a car that has 4 extra seats worth of storage.
That's so much extra seats worth of storage.
You can now fit almost anything in your car.
This sports bag?
Done.
This bean bag?
Done.
I was going to take my mum's old vacuum cleaner to be serviced, but I might have to have it in the car for a bit because I got to work, and then I might probably not have time, but it could be this week, maybe next.
Done.
Oh, wow. How can I fit all this stuff in? How?
Just listen. Every one of our Storage Masters comes with an inbuilt lowered cleanliness standard.
Oh, hang on. Is
Is this just a messy car?
With the Storage Master, you have almost the entire car as storage, with just a little bit dug out for the driver and a tunnel travelling back through the junk for the rearview mirror to get line of sight. Look!
Oh, I see. The car's already full of junk when you buy it.
We do that so you can see how best to use the storage.
Hang on, you haven't made this car. That's a Nissan Pintaro that's full of rubbish. Is that your car?
Storage Master! Hurry, stocks are limited to one per customer once, and when that's sold, we're done.
That's all we got time for this happy hour. Thank you very much for being with us. HamishNetty.com. The podcast is there if you want to get one without songs and ads in it.
Yeah.
HamishNetty.com. Or there's an app available. You are streaming on that app, we should point out. Hamish Netty app.
Do it on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Much cheaper. The other thing is, please do hit up the website /topics to contribute to upcoming topics on the happy hour.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Have a great night.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.